YouTube Hop. We have a Take 5 group over on Facebook, and once a month we come over here and do a hop. Starting next month, we'll be doing it twice a month. So, I am going to be doing a Dollar Tree item today. My necklace is turned, sorry. I am using I couldn't find the spatulas, so I had to get the fork kind. So I'm using 2 of these and 2 of the crates. If you get them, I would get the ones that do not have the handles, but get what you can find. And we're gonna make a caddy. I'm also using a dowel. I'm not sure exactly the size of this dowel, but it is the only one that I could get to fit through these holes. So the purpose is to make a little caddy where these go here and this goes through here. You get the drift. So we're going to do this today, but first we're going to stain our, uh-oh, my dog is at the door. We are going to stain our items. Sorry, she distracted me. Let's see. I'm going to use, instead of using my regular stain, let me get some stuff out of my way. I'm going to use some wax, which I don't know where I set it. Here it is. So I'm going to use some of this. I did not turn my camera. Hopefully you guys can see good. Dark sealing wax. That's what I'm going to use. Oh, it's good for you guys. Crazy. And it looks like this. And it's really dark, so I'm not going to use a ton of it. Hey, Jeannie. Yeah, so we're going to do some Dollar Tree crafting today. I've been having this for a while and needing to do something with it. And you know how that goes. So I wanted to do it on here since this is more of a tutorial type place, and this would be a good place for it. So I'm just getting some of my wax into my stencil brush, and then I am making it go up in there a little bit because I don't want it to be super duper dark, but I do want to stain everything. So today is YouTube Hop. We have a full schedule. Up after me is my friend Jeannie with Jeannie's Palette. So everybody that is in our hop is in the description of this video, and all of their links are there. I also have links for our Take 5 group to our Facebook page. I have a link to, or I have a little note about our VIP group that gives a little bit of information about that. If you're interested in that, the email is in there that you can email us. All kinds of good information in there. After this video, I'll change the cover to the finished product. So if you want to come back and see it all prettied up, and I'll also post it over on my Facebook page. That was a lot of information. So the point of this is to give a dark background because we're going to chippy it. Chippy is just to make it look old and vintage, something that you got weathered in the years, and that's what we want. We like that look here on my page, my channel. I have a hard time saying channel. I'm so used to saying page. Alright, I'm not going to do this side because that's the side we're going to glue together. So I'm just going to leave that just like it is. Now you could also use Waverly wax for this. You can use watered down paint. You can paint it solid underneath so it has a good dark background. I'm going to add a little bit more to mine because I didn't like how light it was going on. Hey Sydney, thanks for joining. We're doing some Dollar Tree crafting today, live here on YouTube. And if you're new to my channel, I am Mary. I am the Painted Peach. I have a Facebook page, I have an Instagram, I have Pinterest and TikTok and all that, and I'm just now over here on YouTube building up this channel. So I hope that you'll subscribe and get notifications for when I do go live or post videos, all that good stuff. All right, we've got our wax. I'm not going to do the bottoms yet. I still got to get these stickers. Let me see if they come right off. Oh, I will do the bottoms then. That way it's nice and finished. And I like to have everything finished, especially if you're going to sell your items. You, of course, want to have it look like a good finished product. I was inspired on Pinterest for this project by Hammond's Nest. She created one of these, and I really loved it, so I went out and bought the stuff to make it. And of course mine won't be like hers. We get inspired by other people and create our own stuff, right? That's the fun of all of this crafting. I'm inspired by a lot of people. All right, I'm gonna get the top. We're also gonna do the inside. I'm not sure if I need to wax the inside. Just in case I change out things, I think I will. I'm just gonna, because we'll end up putting things in this, but sometimes it might not have as much, so you might want it to be a little bit finished in here. This is just the cheap way of making a caddy. I'm sure you could build one of these just as cheap if you're handy with a saw and a good woodworker, but I like to show ways that you can just go out and get things and create your own version, in case you're not handy with all that like me. I'm sure if I got the stuff to actually create all that I could, but it's a matter of getting it right. Alright, so the inside is stained, and then I just left one side not stained, so the glue sticks a little better. I'm afraid if I put that wax on there, it won't adhere as well as if it was not waxed. I do have to glue those pieces on the inside, but we'll see how it works out. So over in our 5-star VIP group, we're about to launch a brand new opening of the group. We're opening our doors for new members, and we'll be offering some new things to our members. It's really exciting. It's me and my friends Christy with Funky Junk Inspiration and Jeannie with Jeannie's Palette, and we all go live in there. We're doing crafts with you, and if you are interested in it at all and having a great community with some really talented ladies creating with you, and I would be glad to give you information on that. You can email us. Our email is in my description, and we would love to have you there. It is a paid membership group, but you get stuff to create with us and all of that. So we'll be doing a launch next week. I can't remember the date, but be on the lookout for that over in our Take 5 group on Facebook. We may even put it over here as well. I didn't think about that. All right, we've got that done. Now I need to do the same thing to my spatulas. Now, if you get these, you want to look for the ones that don't have the fork on the end. This is just what I could find. My Dollar Tree is not as good as some, so I just get what I can when I find it, right? I'm just going to stain these up real quick. I could have done all of this before, but I wanted you all to be able to see the whole process. That's the point of these videos. They're more of a tutorial type of thing. You want to see the whole shazam of it, right? Make sure I get all the edges. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're just going to paint right over this and then chippy it. And I'll be using Vaseline for my chippy effect today. Sometimes I use chapstick, which I love using. Other times I will use wax, like a little wax melt, and rub it all over it. It's just which kind of chippy you want to get. And I want to get more of a chunky chip today. So I'm going to put on some good old Vaseline to do that effect. And get the top of that. I'm not sure what the rest of the ladies are doing in this hop today, but the fun thing about our group is that we all just get to do what we want. We don't normally have a theme. We get to do what we're best at, what we feel like doing that day, feel like showing you guys. So you'll get something different with each of us, and we all pretty much have different things that we do. That is the best part about Take 5. Well, not really the best part. The community part of it is the best. I just love everybody that is in our events, and we're all really great people, so. Even me. Sometimes. All right. Oh, and I still need to do this stick. So let's do this dowel real quick. You don't want to forget that. I think that the Waverly wax would be a whole lot faster, but you know, I couldn't find mine today, so we went with the dark wax, and this will be the first time I'm actually using the dark wax for chippy. So let's hope it works out. Right? We hope so anyway. It's a little warm in here. I turned off my AC. I live in South Georgia, so we have some really warm weather today. If you hop on, I'd love to know what part of the world you're watching from. And if you're watching this while I'm not live, make sure that you hit that like button, that bell that will notify you when I am posting something, and that will help me out to grow my page, of course. Alright, I'm just wiping off some of the excess. Look at my hand, it's really dirty from all that waxing. Alright. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to lay down some, well, I'm not going to worry about it because I got this glass. You see how dirty this is right now? I can just clean this up with a little bit of water, and I use my scraper, and I scrape that right off. So I don't really worry about putting parchment paper down, but sometimes I still do because I forget. All right, the colors I'm going to use today, this is French Colony from Bear. This is a sample color. It's a very pretty blue, like a gray blue, and I'm gonna see how I like that, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna cover it with plaster and get a little bit of both. So we're gonna start with our Vaseline, wherever I sat it. Oh dear. I just got it out to use. Why do I do this to myself? Here it is. Vaseline. So I just got the petroleum jelly from the cheap section, and that's what I use. Let's see. I'm gonna actually put it on pretty thick. I'm gonna use this here thing I got from Essential Stencil. I'm gonna lay it on thick in some areas, and I'm just sliding it on there because I want some of that brown to show. And the thicker you put it on there, the better your paint's not gonna stick. And I'm just gonna scrape over it like that. And that's what I want. I want that brown to show through really good in some areas. It's hot there in Alabama too, Sydney? Yes, I imagine so. If I turn that AC off for a little while, it is just stifling hot in here. I'm gonna scrape that off. I'm gonna do this all around. You don't have to have a whole bunch of Vaseline on there in all of your areas, but I do want a couple that are good and thick. Oops. I'm even gonna do the bottom a little bit. All right, that's one. I feel like I have not stopped talking ever since I got on here, and now I just don't have anything to say. It's funny how that works. I do have an event to tell you about for tomorrow over on Facebook. We have an event in our Take 5 group. We have, every now and then, we have events where we welcome in other creatives that we enjoy watching, and they join us for our events. Usually it's just our collaboration of Take 5 members, and we do these special events once a month, usually, sometimes more. And then tomorrow is a event called something about flying. I can't remember the exact name right now, but we are all going to create about anything that flies. So it could be birds, butterflies, hot air balloons, clocks, because time flies, flags fly. Anything you can think of that flies, we can create that with that. So that's what the event's about tomorrow. I think it starts either at 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern. So if you're not a member of the Take 5 group over there, make sure you hop over there after today's event and join that group, because we'd love to have you over there. It's a free group, and we do lots and lots of fun stuff in that group. We have some pretty amazing ladies with us. We hope to grow and have more amazing creatives with us. We also do mentoring. So if you have a small business, we all of our Take 5 collaborators are in our mentoring as well, and we are helping them build their business so that they can make money at what they love doing, and that is our passion. We are helpers, and that's what we feel that God has put us here to do, and we are making a business of it, because, you know, God wants us to take care of ourselves too, right? So that is that. All right. I'm probably putting way too much on here, but sometimes I don't put enough, and then I don't get the chippy that I want. So I'm trying to make sure I do really good with Vaseline here. And this, I'm just gonna stick some on there and then wipe with my hand. All right, now we get into painting. We're 18 minutes in, and I stained and put Vaseline on. I just hope this all works, because then, well, if it doesn't, I'll show you guys how not to do something in my tutorial, right? I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off, because I don't want to use it on a transfer and it be all gooey, huh? That would be my luck. And now I have wax and Vaseline on my hands. Hey, Jeannie. We are finally doing our little caddy with the Dollar Tree items today. that I have been putting off. I don't know why I've been putting it off. I really want to make it, so I'm just going to go over these lightly so there's not really chunky Vaseline. Okay, let's get our paintbrush. So this again is French Colony. It's kind of like a lavender blue, if I do say so. And I'm just going to paint right over all the pieces with it. Jeannie, what time does our event start tomorrow? I forgot. I know it's either 8 or 9 in the morning, Eastern time. I just washed these brushes, so they're kind of runny. Hopefully this doesn't affect anything. And I'm not worried about full coverage because, again, we are just scraping and making this look chippy. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. 10 a.m. I was wrong. We start at 10 a.m. Eastern in the morning with our flying event. And guess what? Mary has no idea what she's doing. Are we surprised? I have racked my brain with trying to figure out what to do, and I'm struggling with that one. But I'll figure it out. I'm just getting that out of that crease because it was kind of caked up in there. So we've got our French Colony on there, just slapped on there. It's nothing special. Just gonna dry it a little bit and set it to the side, and we're gonna paint the other because I'm liking how it's doing. It's pulling away. I can tell the Vaseline's working. I may still go over this with the plaster and just have both colors, but we'll see. So what are you guys all doing for the weekend besides watching us in our event tomorrow? I really have no other plans. I do need to clean my house. For some reason, our trash service around here has been slacking. This is the second week they have not picked up our trash, so I have to call them as soon as I get off of here if they don't show up. And I have a lot of trash I need to put in my cans, and it won't fit until they empty it. And it's stressing me out. I do not like to have trash in my house. I feel like it stinks. I don't want it in there. It's just kind of stressing me. But other than cleaning the house, I don't really have plans for the weekend other than the event. Not sure how good these forks are going to do because they feel like they had kind of a coating on them, which is strange, but typically when you buy something from the Dollar Tree, it's just bare wood. But these felt different. I don't know if they've changed their stuff or what. Try to get in that hole a little bit. Get in between. Don't know what that was. Hopefully it was not a critter. That would not be fun. My son is hilarious. He made a if you watch me over on Facebook, you know that I have a critter problem in my craft studio over here. They are called skinks, and we have them here in the South, and they get really big. They're lizards, but they are half the size of an iguana, much bigger than a regular lizard. And he knows that I had one in here last year, and he made a clay version of one. I'll have to post it on my page. I did put it in my story the other day, but he wanted me to paint it, so I had to sit here and paint his skink for him, although he knows I hate them. He's so funny. But he is a very good clay worker. He is 13 and he's been working with clay since he was a little old thing. He can create things right out of his imagination. It's just craziness. I wish he would start a channel of his own showing people how to do that, but you know, boys, when they start getting into the middle school ages, they don't want to do stuff like that. Hey, Christy. I loved your peanut butter and jelly kit. I think that is super cute. That would be a fun kit for you to do together, like at a birthday party or something for kids. Make it a little bit less pieces, like put things together a little more and let them paint it. I think that would be super cute. You should have saved that for the tea party, and then you could have used it for little sandwiches. You could still do that. Just saying. All right, I've got paint all over me. I'm going to dry these, and then we're going to decide. I think I want to put white over it, too. Peanut butter jelly time. That would be a very cute birthday party theme. I was like, I wish my kids were still little. I would do it. So all of you out there with kids or grandkids, Christy, if you missed her, she was right before me over on her channel with Funky Junk Inspiration. She did a super cute peanut butter and jelly themed wood kit, and it would be so cute to decorate with or for a party like that. Or I missed some of it over here, let me get it, or have the kids do it depending on how old they are. I think it would be fun. We used to do things like that when my kids were little. I was a party planner. I would go to the tea at planning my kids' parties. I'm sure they don't remember any of it, but that is my favorite thing to do. Decorate and plan parties and events and stuff. I love it even more than crafting, y'all. It's crazy. But I guess it's a part of being a creative when you do things like that, because you get to do the creating part yourself. For my wedding, I made, me and my sister and her best friend made all of my flowers and everything. You did too. I can imagine a lot of us creatives went all out for birthday parties and stuff. I do like this color, but it's a little too dark for me, so I am going to add white, another layer of white over it. It will still chippy because of that Vaseline under there. We hope, anyway. We'll see if that is how it works out. But you can see how it pulled away already. It looks chippy where the Vaseline was really thick. If this was a tinge lighter, I would keep it as is, but I think it's a little too dark for my liking. It's a little too grayish. So, Jeannie, if you're still on here, are you doing a painting or a paint pour? What you doing today? That's still wet right there. My hair is a mess, y'all. I got out of the shower and fell back asleep this morning, and my hair was wet, so it's like curly and not intending what I needed. Oldest granddaughter wanted a pirate party, built a pirate ship. Oh, that's cute. You know what's funny is my youngest, Mason, the creative one, he always came up with weird things to dress up for Halloween. So he would ask me for crazy stuff, and the weird thing is I would always find or be able to create it in some way to make him that. One year he asked me to be a ninja snake. He wanted to be a snake and a ninja, and I found that costume for him. It's like, it came out completely out of his imagination, but he had a snake ninja costume. But what we do for our kids, we will definitely figure it out, right? All right, so I'm gonna get some plaster and we're gonna go straight over this. Oop, I need to start wiping the top of my jars off. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm not gonna use that clean brush because why do that, right? I'm just gonna go right over this blue. I'm not gonna do full coverage. Just going to get some white on there. I could have swore I just heard my AC come on, but I have it turned off. Did y'all hear my AC come on? Weird. Maybe I'm just hearing things. Just putting an ugly coat on there. That's all I'm doing. Just an ugly coat. I know the bottom doesn't matter, but it matters to me. And if you like the look of it as is, you don't have to do any scraping or sanding or wiping or anything like that, but we are going to scrape and see if we can get some of this off a little more, because that's what I like to do. I have a specific way I want this to look, and I'm hoping it does. We're also going to come back in with our dark wax and do some distressing to it if I feel like it needs it, if it gets a little too white. I thought that this would be a good project that I could do here, edit it a little bit, and add it in like a quick video, since this is a lot of people like doing these Dollar Tree crafts, and this is a really cute one, an easy one to do. Last night in VIP, or in our VIP group, we did one of my kits that I created for the group. We did a mason jar with a pretty printable that I didn't bring it out here, but I do have the printable. I'll show y'all in a minute. And all the ladies did such a good job. I think we still have one or two more that wasn't able to do it with me last night, but I look forward to seeing what they do with it. But everybody, it's just amazing to me how everybody has a different take on a kit, just like what Christy just did. Somebody may do that completely different than what she did. Like, I was seeing it as a primitive kind of thing where I could add some old homespun fabrics and stuff and make it super cute. There's so many different ways you can do those kits. So if you are in anything that has kits, don't ever think that you have to do it exactly like the picture that you see. You make it your own, and because we all have different ways of creating, different visions. I do like to see a finished picture though, so I can have an idea of how to put the kit together. Sometimes I buy them from people that do not do that, and it's hard to figure out because some of them have little pieces. All right, we're gonna dry this one more time, y'all. Hopefully this is the last time. We've got about 30 minutes, so I think we are good on time. And then after me, you can hop right on over to Jeannie's Palette channel. Palettes channel? That's hard to say. Her channel, and watch her video. And then, of course, here on YouTube, these videos, after we're live, they will be here, evergreen, for you to come back and watch in case you want to make one of these. You can come back and see exactly how I did it. You can skip through and figure out the part you needed to find. That is the good thing about YouTube. I am going to play around with some editing though. I do see on my computer it says I can edit this video, and I've never noticed that before. So I just started going live from YouTube. Before that I was using a streaming service, so I'm going to play around and see what all I can do here on YouTube. Alright, I think those are good and dry. The good thing about this chalk paint is it dries really fast compared to that acrylic paint. You can see where my fingers have touched that some of that has already come off because that's where the Vaseline was at. So if I would have only done that one coat, I probably could have just wiped the paint right off. But seeing as I didn't do one coat, I might have to scrape a little. We'll see. Alright, here's the fun part. Let's see if it wipes. So I'm just using a paper towel, and you can see I just wiped some of that right off. You want to make sure it's dry though if you do this way, because you do not want to smear the paint. You just want to scrape. Okay, so I'm going to get this little scrapey doodad here. This is from my Cricut. And I'm just going to go over it and just scrape along. Take some of that paint off. On the edges, I want to get it a little bit more. Oops, I just dug into that. I'm going to have to fix that part. You can also use a paint scraper, and it'll be a lot quicker. Just go across like that. I'm going to go into my little nooks and crannies. Let's see how it does on this side. So just go straight across, up and down. And you have some good chippiness going on there. I like to go in two directions, that way it gets big chunks. Just be careful because this is Dollar Tree wood, so you don't want to scrape it and break it. Don't push too hard. You don't have to really add a whole lot of pressure. If you use the Vaseline, it will come right off. Beautiful chippiness right there. Beautiful. Got some paint inside that crevice right there. Get the bottom. I know nobody's going to look at this part, but oh no. So we've got chippiness going around. I got to get this side. I really like the look of that. I'm going to go across it. That looks like it's been laying out in the yard somewhere, right? Get the bottom of this side. Alright, so the two sides that we did not do, of course, they'll go together to make a full bottom. Let's see what we can do with these handles. I'm just going to wipe right down. This side is going to need a little scraping. Go across these edges. if you are here, let me know if you like doing chippy, or if you like the look of chippy, if you like the look of vintage stuff, or is it not for you? This could also be turned into shabby chic. Do you like the process of making something new look old, or do you like it to look nice and crisp and clean? I am what they call over on Facebook a dirty girl, because I like to dirty things up and make them look like they're my grandmother's grandmother's grandmother's. I find it satisfying to do this also. Had I known all those years ago that I would want things to look like this, I would have kept a whole lot more stuff that was in my family. Alright, so here's our chippy. Look how beautiful that chip is, y'all. That's the power of Vaseline versus that wax, where you get a smaller chippy, which I don't think I have anything out here that I've chipped that way. Because typically I head straight to the chapstick or the Vaseline when I do this. Alright, now for the fun part. Let's get our wax back out and let's dirty up the edges. So I'm just going to go along and just add a little bit of dirt in the corners and on the edge, and I'm just carrying it inside towards the inside. I'm gonna get some more on here. I'm gonna take a lot of it off though because I don't want it super dark. And then we're just gonna go all the way around, give it a little bit more dirt in the corners. And I'm being really gentle because I don't want it to get super dark. If it does get super dark, you can always go back and wipe it and try again. So that just gives it a little bit more dirty look to it. Like it's been out in the garden a little bit, helping you with flowers, right? You've been picking your beans out there. Does anybody do gardens? I really want to start a garden, but I know I don't have the time to devote to it, and it'll end up just becoming a pile of weeds. I just don't have the amount of time in the day to do what I need to do, and I know I won't have time for it. Alright, so we have dirtied up our edges. It's really nice and chunky, and that's what I like. And again, you can go out, but you won't get that effect of it coming in like dirt, like it's been rubbed up against the ground, you know. And that's what I'm going for with this project. Typically, I don't go that route. If I'm doing decoupage or rice paper or something like that, I don't normally go in ways. I was going to show you all that printable. Let me see if I see it up here. There it is. So this is the printable that my VIP group got exclusive in their kit. They also got a mason jar and some ribbons, coffee stain stuff, and all kinds of goodies to go with it. That's the kind of things that we've been doing over there in the VIP group. Christy is doing a junk journal of some steampunk frogs that I just created for that. Jeannie teaches some amazing paint tutorials. I love painting along with Jeannie. She also does paint pours. She makes jewelry, all kinds of goodness over there. So here's our little dirty bottom pieces. Sit them up there. And let's come in and add a little bit of dirt here and there on our little top piece. Nothing fancy. And then I'm just going to do the edges of our handles, because these are going to be our little side handles. Well, I guess they're not really the handle. This part would actually be the handle, but the little holders. You love the lemon kit? I'm glad you did, Jeannie. Sometimes I worry because you're not really a kit kind of gal. You like to do painting and stuff, so I was like, I hope that she likes it. But it helps when you have everything there to do the project, except for like paint and stuff. Of course, you'd have to have that on your own, but it does help to know that you have a kit coming and you get to craft with people that you love to craft with, and everything's there for you. I'm not going to do too much on these. I'm just adding it right along the edges. I really like how these handles turned out. I did a lot right there. Let me get that off. What time is it? I'm just crafting away. We got 15 minutes. We'll be able to get this thing together and maybe get something in it to show you what to do with it, right? Add a little bit of dirt on the inside. All right, let's close this up. I'm going to give this a good dry over it, just to dry up that dark wax a little bit, so that things stick together and all that. It's sweating. About to put my hair up, y'all. Just tried to keep it down, even though it looks like a crazy poodle or something. Ever since I cut my hair, it's a lot curlier. Hard to manage. We're just going to wipe these down with a little paper towel, because they have a lot of extra chip coming off of them. So I'm going to get that off so nothing's falling all over the place. And you notice I did not do the inside, so now I'm just going to leave that stained. I love the blue in there as well, instead of just being white and stained. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of blue pieces throughout each piece, so I love that we did that. I don't regret that part. All right, here's the fun part. Let me see. Do I have any? I do. Let me get these. These are also from the dollar store. These are little clips that help hold things together. When we glue this together, I'm going to clip it for a bit just to be sure it stays. Now the glue that, my nose is sweating, so my glasses keep coming down. The glue I'm using is Gorilla wood glue. And I am going to try to get it to come out this way. Sometimes I have a hard time, so we'll see. Might have to squeeze it onto my table. There we go. This one is not nice to me. I'm just going to take a brush and brush it on here. And then we're going to add hot glue also for a little temporary hold while it goes on. See if I can get any more out. I can't get the regular top off of it. That's the problem. I'm going to have to work on that. Put some on each side. I have to take these off because they're sliding. Ooh, now I can't see nothing. They're sliding down my face because my nose is sweating. All right, we are going to get some glue to come out of here, hopefully. And fit these two pieces together the right way. Don't put them on backwards. Sit it on here to make sure it sits right, and then we're just going to clip it. I'm going to use both of these clips while we work on the rest. And that way we can hold it together. Now, this part's probably going to be a little bit harder for me to figure out, but these are going to go on each side, just like this. And we're going to glue those in as well. Let's see if we can get that to work. Trying to think the best part to put the glue on. I think I'm just going to add it right on here. I need some more glue out. You would know. You know, I can't see anything since I've gotten these glasses. When I take them off, I'm like, ooh. Definitely got to get this lid off of here, y'all. See if I can get it. Oh, there it went. That's much better. I'm going to get it out this top. It's a very chunky glue. That's the problem. It just dries up in there. All right, that's much better. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue just to give it a temporary fix. And let's see how we do. I'm going to take one of these away and use it over here. Now that that's set up a little bit, I just got glue on my arm. Put that straight. Now let's hold that there. I'm not going to move this around too much because I don't want my middle to come apart. Let's get the other side. We've got 10 minutes. We can do this. I was afraid this wouldn't last long enough, and here I am at the end again, racing to get done. So make sure right after me, you go on over, and Jeannie will be live on her channel, Jeannie's Palette. All those links are in my description. If you're watching this after the lives, you can still go over and give them a watch and a thumbs up and all that good stuff. Let them know I sent you over there, and continue on this journey with us. And we'd love to have you over on Facebook as well. Do lots of fun stuff over there. All right, I'm going to hold both of those on just like that. All right, now this part. We've got to get this little thing, this little dowel to go through here, and we're going to add a little bit of glue to hold it in place. So I'm just going to do hot glue for that. And I'm going to do it super quickly, hopefully, so it'll just go right in. Let's see. I might have to add more on that side. Yep. Let's lift it up a little and shoot some glue in there. And I need to add more on this side. You could also do the wood glue on here. I'm not too worried about the look of the hot glue, so I'm not that big of pickiness on that. I had to move it over a little. Let me add a little touch more. As long as I get all these strings off, I'll be all right. All right, so that should be your whole little caddy that you make. Now, if you have a saw, you could cut this slower. It could be a shorter one. You could also get 4 of these and make it a taller one. The sky is the limit. This is just the way that I've seen it made, so I wanted to try it out. All right, let's see if I take this off. Let's add a little bit of greenery in here while we have some time. I found this greenery at Hobby Lobby, and I thought it was super cute, so I have a string on it. I'm going to put some of that down here. We're going to take it and clip it off of this maybe I'll just pull it off. Let's see. No, I don't think I want to do that. Let's see if I can cut it. I might not be able to. No. Let me get my little nippers down here. And they're not down there. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? Alright, so we won't be doing that. We can just pretend like it's apart at this point. Clip off this here tag. I pulled a piece off from somewhere. Where'd this come from? Alright, so we're just going to pretend. I wish I could take that off. Will this part cut? I'm going to try again. It's because it's wired, it's not wanting me to cut through it. There's a piece. My word. There's a piece. Leave it up to me to not know where my clippers are. I thought they were right there because I saw earlier that I had some, but those were my jewelry pliers that just hold things, so. There we go. Maybe. Alright, let's add some of this in here. You could, if I had my Excelsior over here, I can add that. Where is my Excelsior? Should be. Well, I'll do all that whenever I get off of here because I don't have it all over here with me, of course. Crazy person. I really didn't expect to get all the way done to be able to decorate it with you guys, but that is the story of my life, right? Cute. So you get the idea. You're going to fill it up with a little bit of stuffing, get the greenery in there. Here's a little bit of flowers. Why does everything have strings on it? It's from that fabric I ripped, I think. Also, you can make a little banner. So you would just do your banner kind of hanging like this with your little triangles saying whatever you want it to say. All of that fun stuff. Let me put some of these down in here. I'm just playing right now, you guys, to fill up the rest of my time, show you what you can do with it once you get it made. Why is that one not bending and the other one is? Thank you, Jeannie. I got a few minutes and then Jeannie will grace us with her presence over there on her page. So make sure you do that. And make sure you join us for all of our YouTube hops. If you click on the subscribe button, you'll get a notification when all that happens, because typically the only time I'm live on here is when I'm live in this event, this collaboration. But here's what I have so far. Also, something you can do if you have a pretty napkin. I'm probably going to make a little bow, but I don't have time to really get started on that. I'm trying to find a napkin. Say you had a little napkin, you can decoupage that to the front and make it a design on there. I had some really pretty fabric up here I want to use to make my bow. I want to show y'all if I can find it. But of course, I stacked everything up before I went live. Why do I do this? Where is that fabric I just bought? Just throw all this stuff everywhere. Yeah, it's not up here. Weird. Anyways, I'm gonna make a bow and we're gonna put it on there and make it super cute. Y'all go on over and see Jeannie on her page, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, if you come and join us over in our Take 5 event on Facebook. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the comments over there on Jeannie's page. Bye-bye.